Hello, hello. Hey, Xanis. I just restarted VS Code because I got an update. And we're going to look through the update notes and get back to all the fishing stuff. Did I see this already? This was like a month ago. I'm guessing this is one of these updates. Well, let's look through this anyway. Next edit suggestions. Copilot predicts the next edit you're likely to make. What? That's crazy. That seems pretty cool. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Shepalton. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Okay, what about this? Move the command palette and other quick inputs to a new position instead of having it fixed at the top of the window. Oh, neat. I wonder if that would be nice to have. Let me try moving this down here. Yeah, that's at least like more where I'm looking when I'm doing this stuff, right? Huh. Let's try that. Pretty cool feature so far. Auto accept edits. Oh, I don't like that idea. Extension publisher trust, compound logs, filter output, get blame information. This could be interesting. I'm guessing this is just for any line of code. You can see this now. Not super interested there though. Search values and debug variables. Oh man, that's a very cool feature. This probably exists in other editors, but yeah, sometimes you don't know where something is, but you know it exists and you're trying to find it. The rest of this I'm not too concerned about. Yeah, I'm curious about that next edit thing though. Like, let's say I were to go into town here, I go to skip tutorial and I'm like create fishing pond, create recycler. Does it predict some other edit location for me? No. What if I put it in load game? It's not showing me that arrow that was showing off. Do I have to turn that on? VS Code update notes. Do I have to turn that on? Setting. Ah, here it is. Okay, yeah, let's try that out. Next, edit. Okay, it's on. Now what? If I say create recycler here, what is it? It's trying to get me to do. All right, well, we'll see how that feels. All right, anyway, the next thing we have to do, hovering over the pond should show you how many fish you have. What I'd like to do, and I don't know how possible this is I want to outline the pond. And maybe we could do that. We need a canvas item to have a material. Let's just try it. Let's just see what happens. I think this is not possible. Hey, Dabu. I know Kevin did something for this a while ago that let us add a shader to just arbitrary points, but I don't think it's doable now. But yeah, anyway, let's try this out. So outline holder and outline parent on hover. This doesn't even get mouse entered events, so this won't work. Yeah, there's pretty much no way to do that. And even if we could, I don't know that the outline's gonna show because it's not showing right now. If I change the line width, yeah, it's not showing. I didn't think that would work. There are a lot of other little ways we could do this. We could turn this border into a sprite and then save that. We could have a transparent sprite that just shows the outline on that. Alternatively, I wonder if we should just make like an arbitrary selection area. No, we'd probably want it to outline all of this stuff. I don't think it's worth probably doing this way. I think the other thing we could do is just make it so you hover over this and it just shows you how many fish you have. This should be off by default. Well, we need there to be some highlightable area for that. How does this work for like the town hall? Town hall level as outline parent on hover. Oh, it has a clickable area. Interesting. Yeah. Hey, Thomas. Oh, whoops. Let me edit this hey command. Adam is working on fishing. Type fishing. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. Yeah, let's just get the hover stuff working then. I guess this is a tooltip though when you hover over this. And we don't have a way of doing that right now, if I'm not mistaken. The tooltip on hovering, something that has a mouse entered, which this doesn't have. So we need an area and then a tooltip on that, I guess. Let's try that out. Area 2D, collision shape 2D. This is going to be a rectangle. And it's going to cover the entirety of the fishing pond. There. Now we call this the clickable area. And then can we add in a tooltip on parent? This, no, we can't. Well, maybe we could on this. I'd be a little surprised. Yeah, let's try that out. This is kind of weird. Pond tooltip. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen. So let's see. Get node. Requires to be a control. I don't recall. There is add to control. But I'm not. Oh, it's needed because of the mouse entered and exited? It's needed because of this stuff. Technically, this doesn't have to be a control. It has to be something with mouse entered and exited. Although maybe, let me see. Oh, wait, this doesn't have mouse exited and exit, or entered and exit. This does. This is a collision object. I guess we could allow you to add it to this. And it would work. Yeah, I guess let's try that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Else if parent is, what is this thing? Collision object 2D is what has it. Collision object 2D. All right, should be the same basic stuff, right? Is there mouse entered? Yeah, there is. And then we should be able to set its mouse filter as well. Although the mouse filter there shouldn't matter. I think just that's fine. How is C# and Godot been so far? Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. I want a profiler, which I don't think I can get through VS Code. And I think Godot has one, but I think the only way to get it through C# is through another like Rider or Visual Studio proper. But I don't have many complaints. So this is called Pond Tooltip. And no tooltip where this parent shows up is going to be the town tooltip. All right, so if we did this correctly, we should see some placeholder text whenever I hover over the pond. And then we need it to not be placeholder text, but let's at least see that the text shows up first. It would be nice. I don't see why this wouldn't work. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just when you hover over the water. No, never mind. It's when you hover over even this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so what should that say? Well, let's go save this stuff off. Pond tooltip. Pond tooltip equals this. Oh yeah, I want to see, does it suggest an edit up above? It should. Because I haven't made pond tooltip. And this new feature of VS Code should know that I need to make it now. It doesn't do that. How do you get it to do that? NES? Next edit suggestion? Trigger next edit suggestion. It didn't do anything. Okay, how about we do it the other way? Let's save it up here. I'm just trying to figure out how this feature works. Yeah, so now it should know that I need to set it in ready. It's not doing anything. Yeah, I don't think this feature works. Well, it doesn't seem to be working. Okay, so every time you set the number of fish, we'll update the tooltip. Set text and update tooltip. And the update here is set text and content. Positions it near the mouse. Positioning it near the mouse. Wait a second. There's got to be more to it than that, right? There's a set text, isn't there? No, there isn't. There's just set text and update tooltip. There is a dot text property though, which I guess is this. But what else would this do? Content. Yeah, just position this thing. Huh. Okay, so we need to show you how many fish you have and how many you can have. I mean, we could just type this out, but I feel like there's probably more information. Oh, wait, what was that? That looked like a new thing. Yeah, nice. I think that's the feature working. If I press enter, does it pick that? No. If I press tab, does it pick that? Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. Like I put the formatting string here, the $sign, to indicate that I want to type something in line, and it knew that if I'm going to do that, then the next thing I'm going to do is probably type out what the fish is. And yeah, okay. Well, I gotta say, it's getting slightly better. And now this is the next edit thing it's trying to do. Update fish count, which is not what I want. But if I did, would tab get there? It would. Okay, but yeah, I don't want that. And I could see why this would be annoying. Because if you don't want it, then it's just going to keep showing up like that function exists, but it doesn't. And every time you hide it, it shows up again. No, if you press escape, it doesn't show up again. Fish. Maybe like you currently have this fish max. I have no idea. I don't know what I want this to be. Let's just see what it looks like. Yeah, I can see how this would quickly become very annoying. So it should say I have 2 fish out of 15. Currently have 2 fish in your pond, max 15 fish. Oh, and then maybe it should say how you get them out of the pond. Start a battle at your pond to catch the fish. Maybe this should say /n/n UI constants dot help text. How do you do this? Font color equals that? Or is it font underscore color? I'm not sure remember. It looks like it's font underscore color. No, it's font space color. No, it's just color. Just color. Yeah. All right. Color equals this. Start a battle at your pond to catch the fish. Via the battle map. I don't know about this. Yeah, I don't know. This might. This could be better. Except when it does know what code you need next. Yeah. And that's what I want to see. Like if I use this feature enough, does it sometimes predict a function that I might have wanted that I never would have triggered AI to do for me in the first place? You currently have 2 fish in your pond. Start a battle at your pond via the battle map to catch the fish. I I still think this is going to be better. But I think this is good enough for now, and I don't want to belabor a tooltip. Yeah, yeah. We'll have more clarity sometime later when we come back to this. But this is pretty good. So that's it. We have the tooltip. That's all we needed to do right there. Yeah, pretty good. All right, let's go check that in. Oh, wait, we put a shader on this thing. I don't want a shader there. The fishing pond scene should not... Oh, it should have changed. We just don't want the shader. So get rid of this. And that. And then let's just look at the scene again. What happened here? Tooltip on parent. That's good. Rectangular shape. That's good. Got rid of this for no reason. That's fine, I guess. Technically, that would have been everywhere, right? Use parent material. Yeah, it is still in these other spots. I guess delete it from here too then, huh? Anywhere else? Use parent material. Yep, there. Yeah. Do you want to update the tooltip on process so it follows the mouse? I don't think so. Maybe we do. What happened there? There was a way that it hid itself, but I don't know how. Oh, there, yeah. It's when I drag down into the right. Oh, because the tooltip itself is absorbing clicks? Wait a second, was that always the case? It's because of the label. Oh my god, it is. Oh my god, that's not smart. Okay, let's go fix that. Tooltip on parent is a rich text label that apparently absorbs mouse events. Yes, wow, I had no idea. Well, that was an interesting find. Hey Goose, happy Friday. Come across my photo of my upside down whipped cream cupcake from our mentoring session and made me laugh again. Hey, everyone's got a dessert that they like that no one should make fun of them for. No, this is still happening. Huh. The actual tooltip would be the tooltip scene. Yeah, but the label is taking input and shouldn't have been. Oh, wait, what is this label doing here? What? This is already set to ignore. I'm not actually sure what's happening here. Maybe it's the custom content thing? No, but the custom content has to potentially absorb clicks. So I'm not sure why this is going away. I also don't really care. I guess there's mouse entered is happening on the tooltip. That's probably what's going on. But shouldn't there be something we can stop there? Input, mouse input, ignore, ignore, ignore. Pass, propagate up. Maybe this should be ignore as well. No, yeah, that was the problem. So now all we need to do is test that the Explorer still works. I'm guessing it does because we can click these. They're disabled, but you can see the outline there. The only way that we'd be able to do them, to click them properly, is to lose there, I believe. So we do this and then flee. Fleeing doesn't count as a loss. Oh, no. It probably counts as a loss. You just can't. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so if you can still click this. Yeah, so that's what I think we need to do. You're thinking of the dialogue? I am, but oh, yeah, you're right. I am. You're right. Yeah, this can't possibly need it. Okay, so let's check those things in. That, and that. Nothing else should be tooltip related, right? Yeah. Fix. Remove mouse events from, like, stop tooltip from handling mouse events. I'm about to commit a change that will let you see a tooltip on the fishing pond, and it was apparent that the tooltip was absorbing mouse events. Hey, Boffy, and thank you. Yeah, I'll show you the fishing pond in just a second. Then let me add this in. Clarify a comment. Good. And then this should now be solid, right? Yep, yep, yep. This is a UID changing. Ugh. Whatever, fine. Yep. Cool. Yeah, checking everything but town. Add tooltip to the pond to show fish amounts. Fish amount. Yeah, cool. All right. Anyway, here is our fishing pond that we have. We currently, yeah, actually, I think what Kevin said is a good idea. I think if you point at the pond and you're like, wait, I want to see that fish, you would move the mouse away, and seeing the tooltip get stuck is kind of weird. So let's fix that next. Make the tooltip move in process. All right, so that one's done. Now to make it move in process, we do this in the enchanter den. To fish or not to fish. There is no process here now, no. So we can put this beneath ready. So is mouse over? How would we know this? I wonder if there's a way to get that from the clickable area. Like, is there a concept in an area 2D of whether the mouse is over it? Let's find out. Clickable area. This is what has mouse entered. Yeah, collision object 2D. Collision object 2D, Godot. Is there some way to figure out if the mouse is over this thing? Mouse entered, exited. Input pickable, mouse enter. No. Godot, check if mouse is over a control, I guess. I know we can do this by just keeping track of a Boolean. I just want to know, is there something already there for this? Because if there is, I could clean up a lot of code. Just use this signal, yeah. Huh. Check if mouse is over something. Okay. Doesn't look like it. There's this. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just do it myself. Private bool is mouse over. The tooltip on parent should know. Maybe you can use that. Oh yeah, we were doing this at one point too. In fact, this is public. We could check to see if the parent is. Oh no, we'd only need it. No, we'd only know if the. We know if that tooltip is visible. I guess if it's visible, then we want to update it. Yeah, that would potentially work. Process if pond tooltip dot is visible, then update tooltip. Yeah. All right, let's try that. And then just make sure nothing goes wrong there. That did not work. Is it not considered visible or is it not updating? Huh, that's weird. This must be false. What's weird is why is it false when it clearly is visible in the tree? That's bizarre. Oh, what we see is the town tooltip. Okay. That's strange as well, right? I guess this sets it on the tooltip where this is going to show. Wait, well, there's on hover. What is this doing? Tooltip show from source this. So we can make like an is showing function, which checks to see if the tooltip where this is showing has this as the source. Yeah. Well, we could still expose something through here. Just make a public bool is showing. And it would be if the tooltip where this content shows dot source equals this. Yeah. And then in here, in our process, we can just put is showing. Can't you have some kind of sign for the pond instead of a tooltip? Would remove it from being in the way? So we can, yeah. And we talked about a couple of things here earlier, and I'll run you through that process in just a sec. Let me just make sure this is working. Okay, good. Yeah, this is working. So what we decided is these fish that render here, there can be a maximum of 15 rendered fish, and each one represents 1/15 of the total number of fish you can have. So when you see 15 fish, it means it's time to go fishing. And then as far as the difference between rendered fish is, you might have like 5,000 fish allowed in the pond. So if you see 2 there, then you see 2 times 5,000 divided by 15. You've got 667 fish at the time. 2 rendered fish means 667 actual fish. So this was what we were using instead of a sign to kind of indicate that, like, oh, hey, you've got some fish in your pond. And here it does say you have 2 fish, but eventually this could say, like, yeah, you have 667 out of a maximum of 5,000. And maybe we get some feedback that this is confusing, or maybe there's other things we can do about this. I'm not totally sure. We might want a custom tooltip in the battle map for like how many fish you have in your pond. But yeah, we're done with that now. Make the tooltip move. Looks good. Make the pond tooltip move with the mouse. Used to just show in one spot. At the spot the mouse entered the pond. All right, next up, show the fishing pond on the battle map after purchasing it. It may be easiest to just use the town node on the map unless we can add a special node that has no path going to it. Yeah, I think it is easiest to use the town node. Also, it coincidentally is blue right now, which is the color of water, pretty much. Not really, but it's what water looks like. So yeah, we can make it so you could hover over this and it would say fishing pond. But that you could only do this once you've unlocked the pond. You know what I mean, Ender. All right, so I think we should just bump this down the list to once we get the battle stuff. I don't think we need to show this there yet. Yeah, because when we manifest an instance ID and stuff, that's when that's going to matter. So let's save that. All right, so track how many scales you have. So this is done. Track how many scales you have is really simple because it's just an integer somewhere. Private int num scales. It's just not used by anything yet. But the extractor is about to use it. So I guess let's just mark this as done too right now. And then let's go add the extractor. So make sure this is navigable so the workers can reach it. We're going to eventually need paths going there. So where should the extractor go? Probably around here. No, maybe like right next to the fishing pond. And that way you can just dump fish directly in. And your workers could move to like down here through this path of trees maybe. Yeah, the thing is we need a machine for this. I think a custom graphic might be best, but I wonder, do I have that open still? No, I don't. Get a quest going to gauge the area? Is this a serious suggestion? Because I'm not processing this as a thing I can understand. Pictures, professional world, let me open this up. All right, do we have anything that's like a machine that we could use? Is there a way to, oh, this way. And then we can expand this. Maybe covered by that. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true. Although we can move all this stuff around too. No, this should work fine. Thank goodness. I'd love to not have to move stuff, but yeah, we might have to at some point. All right, anything that looks like it could be used as a machine. If we did have something, it might be in the farming pack. Do I have the farming pack here? Is that, oh, there it is. Oh, hey, there are more signs. That's pretty cool. Where are the scythes? Well, something's missing from here, right? Sprite? Whole bunch of farm crops. Chests, coins, fire, plants. Oh, and plants with outlines on them. Interesting. Way more doors. I could, oh, there they are. It's like a rotating scythe that they have here. I don't see any sort of machine we could use. I don't think we need to worry about this too much. We can always just use a pot. You just dump potions into a pot. But if there was something that would make sense, I think it'd be kind of cool to have. What would I picture if I weren't biased by all this stuff? I guess some kind of device with a vat for dumping in potions. And maybe it's got like a crank that spins on it when it's in use. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to find something here. That's fine. We can just make it a pot for now. Let me write this down. I'm picturing something with a vat slash bucket on top. Oh no, a vat on top and maybe an animated crank when it's operating. Or mechanism. When it's operating. Then maybe a small pipe going to your pond. The pipe could just the whole extractor could be positioned right next to the pond so that the pipe doesn't need to be too large. Could even have the pipe be transparent and animate fish eggs flowing through it. Oh, there's no yuck. You need that. I'm gonna go fix that so I don't forget. Not that it matters. Yeah. Yuck. Now, the next time I type that, it actually work. Nice. By the way, for anyone who ever wants that sort of thing, it's called Dispenso. It's cross-platform, just a text expansion program. I highly, highly recommend it for pretty much any kind of computer work you do, even just typing emails. Like maybe you've got your closing to an email all the time and it's like, thanks, your name, something like that. And you can just type something like SIG and it'll type that out for you. Or words you type a lot like organization or infrastructure that are just too long to want to type out constantly. Acts weird and laggy. Well, on Windows, you could always use auto hotkey and just use hot strings. That's what I was using there. And those let you actually activate scripts as well. So I could type out backtick. Well, I would type a backtick, I guess. I would type out backtick ref, and it would automatically turn it into reference and then paste in a link on the word reference. Whereas on Mac, I can't do that. So yeah, I definitely liked AutoHotkey a lot. That was a great program. All right, so extractor for now is just going to be uh, a node. I guess even in the fishing pond is fine. What is it exactly? I guess it's gonna be an animated sprite, so let's make it an animated sprite now. Does that make sense? It's gonna actually contain multiple parts, so no, let's just make it a node 2D, which it already is. So let's call this the extractor and save it somewhere. Town, fishing pond, extractor. Okay, then attach a script. There we go. Oh, give this a namespace before I forget. Game source scene scripts. Okay, the extractor needs a graphic, sprite 2D. We're going to make this an Atlas texture, and we're going to not do any of what I just did. And pull in, what's it called, Marketplace? This one, I think. And then we want that pot. That one, right there. Let's even pick the blue one. Blue for water. All right, what are the coordinates? 128, 16. 128, 16. All right, so there's our graphic. That's the extractor for now, just because we don't have anything better. Call this sprite. And then it'd have a pipe or something coming out of it. We're not really going to draw that. We do need a switch for it. And the switch is going to indicate whether this thing is on or off. We have that in one of these somewhere. I think it's in a lot of these, actually. I think it was here. Yeah, switches. So that's 192 by 128. There was another one of these somewhere in the farming pack. 192 by 128. What was it over here? Where are they? Huh, I don't see them. Just go through them this way. I thought they were here. Maybe they weren't. No, they're not here. They were in another pack as well, I could have sworn. Let's just copy this and go to there. FFI switch. Yeah, are these all the same graphic? So far, yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're all the same. Okay, it doesn't matter what we use then. So let's pull them from, I don't know. Let's pull it from this. Finder. Oh wait, this is bigger. Why is this bigger? 576 by 384. So it's exactly triple the size in each dimension. Let's pick the smaller one. Huh. Yeah. To put these in here. Objects. Switches. Okay, now, stylistic question. What should we pick? These are buttons, so I guess this is like not pressed and this is pressed. I don't think I want that, but we could. We have this sort of like shaft style switch here. We have I guess this is almost like it's 3D. I guess it's like the same thing, but from a different angle, almost like a lever. So this is going to be in the world next to the machine that you have. And when you turn it on, you should know that it's on. It'd be nice, I guess, if the button showed that it's on. So I guess this style or this style would be good. I don't know what these are for exactly. I look at these as if you have like a spinner value. Like, what's a good example of this? I guess like this. Like that would be for these up and down arrows here. Top right could be attached to the machine too. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's use that. I think it's good. So the switch has an on and an off position. We should probably make a scene out of just that. And I guess it's an animated sprite. Yeah. We'll call it lever, I guess. All right, new sprite frames. Pull this in from the switches. They're all 16 by 16. Is that actually true? Yes, that is true. Okay, so this one is for fish eggs. Let's make it blue, I guess. So we just play this. I think it should be a little faster than that. Yeah, that's better. At least I think so. All right, so this should definitely not autoplay. It should not loop. And we should call this something like turn off, which I guess means we need one that is the opposite of that. We can't duplicate this. How do you add a new animation here? Oh, wait. Oh, you can duplicate it. It's right there. All right, so we call this one turn on, and then just move this and this. Okay, so there's our turn on animation. There's our turn off animation. So that when it's done, it's in the off position. I don't know what direction I'd expect to be what. I think like a light switch, I'd expect up to be on. So when this animation is done, the machine is now on. You'd expect the reverse? You'd expect this to be the off position? Like if you ignore the bottom of the screen right now and we just look at the... Okay, never mind. That did not ignore the bottom of the screen. You think this position should be... How about this? Let's just ask it like this so that it's unambiguous. Should this position lever up be on? Because my opinion is yes. For a lever, I'd expect the reverse too. Maybe that's just coming from Minecraft. Wait, so this is off in Minecraft? You pull down the lever to fix the circuit, like restarting a fuse box thing. Interesting. Because, yeah, I'm picturing this like a light switch. I'd expect this to be off. Okay, it's kind of... They're opposite in Europe versus the USA. Okay, I was going to say European light switch. Does it say on and off on them? I don't even know if US light switches do that. Well, they look a little different from what I'm used to as well, I guess. All right, now American light switch. This is not what I would think of. This is what I would think of. And sometimes they do have text right on the inside of them. Oh yeah, like that one. It says on, up. See? America. Now we just need to localize the game so that switches are up in America and they're on that way, and they're off when you're playing in any other country. Just make the switch go sideways. So we have a switch for that. We have this like this style, which we could use. I think, look, I think the real answer here is we just need some indication that this is on or off. That's more so than just it's up or down. Does Yeah, I have a light switch on my wall right now that says off and it's down. Off in the middle, on for top and bottom. Problem solved. Actually, that's true. You could have it toggle either way. Or we could have No, I don't know what else. We could just use this if we really wanted to. We could have it be that this version is it's off, and then you press it down and it's on. Yeah, I think there just needs to be some indication that this machine is on. Maybe I'll write that down here too. Probably be good to have an indication that the machine is on. And then a separate animation for when it's processing potions. Well, right now we don't have any proper machine sprite, so how do I feel about this? I guess it doesn't really matter whether this is on or off. And I think we're just going to use what I have written here. So people will think that it's reversed, but then they'll see the machine is on. The lever thing is not consequential. Either way works. Yeah. Also added the graphic to make it clearer, like a red dot in the on position. Yeah, I think the machine itself should probably have the indicator, but yeah, I agree. And I'm trying to think if we did use this style, would it be any better? Not really. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, then let's use this. So this is our lever. We're going to save this. The extractor goes in the fishing pond, but the lever goes somewhere else. Where should we put this? I guess still in town. Put this in objects, I guess. Lever. All right, then attach a script to this. Scene scripts, lever. I assume we'll be animating versus not animating based on lever status anyway. Yeah, we would just need 3 states. We need off, we need on, and we need on and processing. And maybe we don't need the processing state. This could be instantaneous, but I feel like that's bad. So yeah, as long as there's a visual difference between it being off and on, I think it's okay. Okay, so the extractor has a lever. And it is to the side of this thing. It'll eventually be like on the machine or something. I don't know, maybe we put it like that. This isn't going to be clear because this is not a machine. So no matter what I do here, it's going to look bad. Then I guess the lever would also have a tooltip. And the tooltip would say how this thing works. Yeah. Okay, so we need a tooltip on parent. And then an area 2D. And then a collision shape 2D. And then this goes here. Then this can be the tooltip. This can be the clickable area. This can actually represent what the clickable area is. That's pretty good. It can be a little larger than the sprite itself. Okay. So it starts in the off position. Assume it'll be animating versus not animating based on the lever size anyway. Picturing a ball shape moving up, moving down a tube into the water. Well, so maybe it's not clear from this, but what I was saying, I don't have that open anymore. But I was saying you have the off, you have on, and you have on in processing. This machine. Oh, wait a sec. Hang on. This machine requires potions to turn into fish eggs. But the on and off part only indicates whether workers bring potions to this automatically. So I guess you can be using it when the switch is off. All right, so I guess this has to be a little bit different then, huh? Yeah, and then it would be nice to have a light on the machine that indicates whether the light wouldn't really indicate whether workers are bringing potions to it, right? Should we use that for now instead of a pot so we can show how full it is? Let's take a look. Whoops. I should just not open things with this. Just open it with GIMP. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Also, these do look like pipes. We could just use this, huh? Oh, hey, there's a little gauge thing here. Yeah, we could kind of get something working here. All right, I'll write this down as at least clean up stuff. Request art now that we know what everything looks like. And until then, consider using the farming pack, which has pipes, a gauge, etc. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sorry, just thinking about this some more. I think I'm just gonna move forward with this for right now. I want to get the functionality there. Then we can always improve this in a bit. Anyway, where do we leave off for this then? So we have the actual thing. This needs to have a drop-off point. I did none of the art. I'm very, very bad at artwork. Check that out to see who did the artwork. There was an asset pack to begin with, and then Quickie Joe's been doing a lot of it. Okay, so item display. I guess item bin has kind of what we want here. There's a static body 2D that represents that this thing is collidable. But then what accepts the items? I guess the item bin itself just knows the point where it's accepted. The lever needs to be outlineable as well, so we got to go do that. Yeah, there's a decent amount to setting all this stuff up. Shader parameter, resource, local to scene, I guess. All right, now we need an outline holder. Outline holder and outline parent on hover. Node with a shader is the lever itself. Outline holder is there. Clickable area is there. All right, so now this got outline when you hover over it. And I keep forgetting. Are we missing something else? Oh, making this collidable. It's not really important. We could just make it so that the characters move as close as possible to it. Hey, call gauge. Okay, so let's give the lever some functionality here. When you click it, it'll turn on or off, and it should know whether or not it's on or off. So public bool is, oh, it actually knew. All right, looks good. We should probably be able to toggle it on though. And that's what this thing is saying. So we could edit this and add it in. Namespace, game source, scene scripts. So we need to get what exactly? The tooltip for sure. Let's do private tooltip on parent tooltip. GD ready. Get that. Init. Town. We could store this, but I think just setting this thing is probably fine. All right, so when you set this, I guess this might as well be a public set. So if value, oh, then we need a backing field, don't we? Private bool is on. So get returns that backing field. Is on equals value here. And then if we just turned it on, then we want to play the animation. Actually, we got to do that before we do this. So if it's not on now, but we want it to be on, then play takes in an animation name, right? Yeah, turn on. Else, if it was on, then do that, and then set this thing. Sounds good. And then we should probably have an event that's emitted, or a signal that's emitted once it is turned on, which is once this animation completes. We could just have it be on immediately, though. The animation is pretty fast anyway. It's 2 frames at 10 frames per second. So it takes 1/5 of a second. And I guess you toggling this, whatever clicked this would have to know. No, this could emit its own event. Okay, fine. Let's emit an event. Public event action bool on toggle. What do they name this in Godot? It's just toggled, not untoggled. All right, so in either of these cases that we played in animation, we invoke this here, we invoke this here. And maybe this should just be a toggle, but I think setting it to a state to begin with would be good. All right, next up, whenever this is on, we should modify the tooltip. Update tooltip. Probably also call this from here. And now this should know that I want that function, right? I put a semicolon. Where's that suggestion? Next. Huh, just doesn't do anything. Okay, well, whatever. Private void. Update tooltip. That's where I'd expect this thing to have come in and actually helped. So turn on, turn off. These are things that the lever would know, but it should probably know what it's attached to. Like, it should say something like extractor lever. Turn this on to allow workers to bring potions to this thing. So maybe when you initialize this, we'll give it a title, string tooltip title, and just store that off. Tooltip title equals that. Then put this here. Good. So the text is always going to be this. And then maybe some font size stuff. We'll worry about that in a bit. So it's going to be the extractor lever. So let's just write out what this should be. If it's off, it should say click to turn on, which will allow workers to bring potions to this, to the extractor. And if it's on, click to turn off, which will prevent workers from bringing potions to the extractor. We could make a generic one that just says something like click to turn on / off. When on, workers will automatically bring potions to the extractor. Or how about we'll prioritize bringing potions to the extractor. So is this a good tooltip for this? Click to turn on or off. This we would pick dynamically, so it would only say one of these. So like click to turn on. When on, workers will prioritize bringing potions to the extractor, or click to turn off. When on, workers will prioritize bringing potions to the extractor. Yeah, I think I like this. Yeah. Yeah. What would this say for the fertilizer? It would say click to turn on or off. When on, workers will prioritize bringing potions to the fertilizer. Yeah. Okay, so maybe we just say machine name here. Yeah. And then get rid of this. and set that here. Okay, so how about just click to turn off or on when, this is just going to say when on, workers will prioritize bringing potions to the machine name. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're looking pretty good. Now let's go put this into the extractor. So it knows that it has a lever. So let's get that lever. Private lever. Pat the lever. Are you kidding me? All right, then we want to take in the town for this, and we want to initialize the lever with that. Looks good. And then we need a way of knowing that that thing turned on. So lever.toggled. And here we'll just print out that it turned on, I guess. That's exactly what I want. Why won't you do that? Yeah. Nice. Cool. Great. I'm missing one thing now. What am I missing? Initializing the extractor. Yeah, so the extractor needs to be at the fishing pond. I typed bond. Fishing bond. Just watched a Colmac video, loved it. Didn't mention at the end if you were happy with the switch. Yeah, because I wasn't sure at the time. So it's been almost 2 years now, and I feel like I've been typing very poorly today. But in general, that I'm kind of almost back to where I was with QWERTY. I think you need to type all of your normal vocabulary and practically all of the different combinations that you'll type it in order to really solidify any typing layout for yourself. So there are a lot of words, like I don't type the word pipe a lot. So I kept typing pip earlier, and like that probably wouldn't happen on QWERTY. I'm guessing it's already built into my muscle memory because I've typed it enough over the years. But yeah, that was one of those words where it's like I just kept typing pip. So even after this amount of time, there are still things that kind of trip me up. And I think it reveals a little bit how I must be internalizing this knowledge. Like bigrams and trigrams are probably embedded in my muscle memory at this point. And if they're not there, then I have to like actively think about what I'm typing. But yeah, I'm glad you liked the video. Anyway, I'm not really unhappy, but my general conclusion is it did seem to reduce hand movement a bit. So I like that. I think it's good. I don't think I'm any faster. So that was like, kind of take it or leave it. And if you don't know how to type properly, then learning any layout will probably make you type faster. So I knew how to type properly. So going from QWERTY to Colmac didn't really help too much on the speed front, I guess. This is probably really important for some people, and possibly it's really important for my life too, and I just don't know it. I never really had hand pain, and I still don't, but it's possible that I would have if I hadn't switched. We'll just never know. The nice thing is giving it a shot is super, super easy. And you can even do it online. There's like a try Colmac online. Is this typing tutor? There's a, I don't know where it is, but there was some online keyboard where you can actually type in Colmac without needing to install anything. Yeah, here it was. Yeah, this. So if you wanted to try, it's as simple as just going to a website and then testing it out. And then no matter what your keyboard is set, actually, is that true? Whatever your keyboard's set to? No, yeah, it's not going to work. Orientation. Yeah, so this is only if you had a QWERTY keyboard already, I guess. So like E for me is the F key, A is the, I guess the A key as well, and T is G. Yeah. Had to make the switch to Colmac DHM due to a wrist injury. Definitely helps. Yeah. So then I guess it is good to do. And it's probably helping me. But like I said, I never really had the pain to begin with, which I'm happy for. It's not like, oh, I wish I'd had pain so I could tell if this worked. What was I gonna do? We're gonna add this to the fishing pond? Yeah. Okay, so now we need an extractor. We're gonna put the extractor right about there. It's gonna be covered by trees actually. There's no way to get rid of that unless we delete one of these trees from here. And it might not even show in front of the tree unless we change the Z index, which I don't think I want to do. I wonder if we should just get rid of one of those trees. I Frankenstein a machine, shared on Discord. Sure, I guess we can use that. Yeah, sure. Temp extractor. Glad I didn't have any injury. Just wanted that. Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I wasn't trying to make fun of you or anything. I do appreciate the insight. I was making fun of myself by saying it'd be bad if I thought, oh, I should have had an injury before this. All right, so we're going to change the sprite to be the extractor machine. And I guess we can put the lever right on the front of this. It might not be obvious that you can even click this. Okay, well, there we have it. Now here's this. That actually looks pretty good. Is there... I guess that's like... supposed to represent the water just beneath it? Do we move this whole thing down just a smidge? Yeah, that looks pretty good. What next? Oh yeah, delete the tree. Right. All right, like I said, I know this is gonna look a little weird. We got to get rid of this tree because that's where the extractor is gonna go. Oh, but it needs to be navigable, right? All right, I'm not gonna worry about that. Whatever, characters just walk over the trees or something for now. Let's just find the tree and delete it anyway. There it is. All right, so delete that. Done. And then the final thing we need to do is when we initialize the fishing pond. Well, I guess we could just go right to the fishing pond. I don't know why I didn't do that. Not that one. We'll get there eventually. Init is going to initialize the extractor. Private extractor. Extractor. All right, we get that thing. Typing extractor isn't too bad. Typing fertilizer is very difficult. They're both made up words, and one is much easier than the other one. All right, this should have the right type, but does it have the right path? No. And now it does. All right, and then when we initialize this, we initialize this as well. Okay, I think we're good. Let's try that out. All that's going to happen is we should see the extractor and we should be able to click it and it'll print out whether we toggle the switch on or off, and it should even animate it doing that. An extractor. Totally different farming machine. All right, there it is. Can we click this? We can, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah, well, it does break. That's not nothing. No, not found tooltip relative to extractor lever. What did I call it? Tooltip on parent? Probably. Where's the lever? No, I called it tooltip. Why can't I find that? Oh, because there's no percent sign. Anything else that's a problem? Let's just run it and find out. Must be a common game problem, using strange made up words for things in the game. Making sure you type it right each time are the same. A lot of times it's not too bad. I don't think there's anything in this game so far that has been annoying to type. But fertilizer is going to mess me up for a while. All right, still not working. But it is highlighting this thing at least. So why won't it work? Because I never made a click handler. All right. Oh, such easy things. Such easy things. Okay, well, how do we do this and everything else? Clickable area. I guess even the town hall should have this, right? Pretty much everything should have this. Town hall. Yep, here it is. Yeah, it's probably a good idea at some point to encapsulate all of this into a script because there's nothing interesting about this. I'm going to write that down and clean up. I don't want to do it right now. I just want to get this thing working. Encapsulate the click handlers like town hall, level, and lever so that they use the same underlying node. Oh man, I probably should just do this now, right? Like this is kind of sucky. What does town hall level have? As a clickable area. So what I was thinking is, what if we made this into its own node? Or what if we just gave this a script and it could emit an on-clicked event? Yeah, I think that would be pretty reasonable. Just an area 2D that has a, that's all it needs, right? This is the area 2D. We have an action. We get the area 2D, which it would be this. And then we just listen for stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. All right, let's do that now. So what do we call that thing? Like clickable area? Yeah, actually, it's already what we're calling it. So that must be what we should call it. All right, where do we put that? That's slightly harder to figure out. Game source. Probably UI, yeah. Cool, sounds good. Let's go find anything that's similar and put it there. No, yeah, there we go. Button supporting all clicks. Let's take that. Button supporting all clicks. You are now a clickable area. Just use clicked instead of on click. Totally fine. Let's do that. Clickable area, area 2D. All right, so it's going to do pretty much everything we had here. Clicked. We just copy paste all of this. Delete these things. Delete that. And delete that. Hooray, there's our whole class. Easy peasy. Okay, now the way we can use this is we can check it with the town hall. So just get clickable area, attach that over to here. And then instead of town hall level doing this stuff, town hall level just needs a clickable area. Why can't I find this? Oh, there it goes. Then we do clicked plus equal that. And delete all of that code. So much nicer. In fact, we don't even need to save this off anymore. So we could just do it like this. Wowie indeed. I'm glad we didn't hold off on that. I think this is nice. Now, unfortunately, well, let's test it first. But unfortunately, we need to go find where else we need to apply this pattern before we can get back to the fishing pond stuff. So as long as the town hall works, then we can... Yeah, nice, it's working. Great, then we can go find everything else. All right, so let's just search for clickable area. And we have 181 results. Oh, okay. Let's go through them all. We don't have to go through 181 different things. There's like 10 per file, so it shouldn't be that bad. And hopefully all of these use the exact same thing. This has set input as handled. Did we put that inside of our clickable area? No. We probably should. All right, unclicked. This is exactly the same, so just delete this, I guess. It's going to be collect apple instead. So we ideally don't need this either. We do for a different reason. All right, that's okay. Now get this inside the apple spawner. Good, import that. Good, this is gonna be clicked plus equal code. Wait, we can do that? Nice. What else are we missing here? That's it. All right, so do apple spawners work now? Let's test that. I don't know how many of these are even going to be applicable. Maybe like 5 more, 6 more, who knows. Either way, it's good to delete entire functions here, especially when they're duplicated and there's nothing we need to customize about them. So now as long as we can click an apple, nice. Nice. Let's earn that money. Okay, so that one's done. Next up is bulletin board. Bulletin board. Let's close everything else we have open here so I don't have a million tabs open. So this one doesn't do anything special. Oh, wait, no. As a right click. Oh, God. All right, so we do customize this sometimes, but that's okay. We can work with that. We just need to make this handle right click as well. All right, so this is the event is a mouse button event. I guess we can just do this. And we're going to need this here. And this is right clicked. And now delete this stuff. Oh, nice. Okay, that feature is pretty good. I don't know if you saw that, but it auto-populated with right without me even having to put the cursor there, knowing that I was about to make that event. I do like this. As long as you know how to ignore it when it's spewing a bunch of trash at you, I think it's fine. All right, so now we have a right-clicked function, which most of the time we just don't even need. But now here we can delete all of this, which is why this is fantastic. And then go change bulletin board the scene to be a clickable area properly. Yes, good. And get rid of this. Oh, interesting. Bulletin board doesn't even need to exist anymore because that's all it was doing is what was clickable area. But it's a texture sprite. So I guess we're forwarding events from here. That's fine. Clickable area. All right, so on clicked, we invoke that. Oh man, I do feel like this was I feel like the AI got a lot smarter in auto completing stuff, or at least somewhat better. All right, let's go test bulletin boards now. Like this is nonsense down here. I don't care about this. And that's why I said is if you can ignore this, then the other things are definitely improvements. If you can't ignore this and you're like, oh, is that code I need? Then yeah, you're gonna have a problem. That's probably gonna slow you down. All right, so bulletin board exists in the tavern, and it's how you left click to open this, and then you right click to complete the quest. Yeah, it's working. And that should only happen on debug builds, which I didn't change anything here, so it must just be working. Just check for debug complete quest. Whoa, I was like, this has to have a gate around it. It does. It's right here, and the gate is in the right spot. We shouldn't have an event handler for something that's only going to be ignored anyway. So yeah, looking good. So bulletin board just forward stuff. Not super happy with that, but it's working. I miss what it is, Copilot or something new. It's still Copilot, but the new thing is this. So check this out. I just finished writing a line of code here where I type like on right click dot invoke. Okay, it's making a fool out of me. Hang on. All right, there's the feature, but this is not really what I want. When you finish a line of code, it will suggest something in a different part of your code. So like, oh, I've just written this. Now maybe I wanted these functions. So I can just press tab and it adds into my code. So that's nice when you do something like this. Let's say we didn't have this here and it might not even work, but we type on right clicked. And now it should realize that I want a line of code down here. It didn't, but maybe that's because Public event action on right clicked. Yeah, see, there. That's it working and doing what I want it to do. So just by making a variable called on right clicked, it's like, you probably want the same event handler down here. And it's like, yes, I do. And there we go. Now we have it. So yeah, that's really nice when it works. And it's been working maybe about like 15 to 25% of the time. And that's why I said, if you can ignore it for the rest of it, then okay, fine. Just get the value from that 15% of the time. Okay, so bulletin board is working. Let's keep going. Fishing pond, we didn't do? I'm not sure remember. Why is this here? Fishing pond.cs, clickable area. We only use this for the tooltip, I think. There is something that I forgot to finish, and I still don't remember what it is. It might be the lever. It is the lever, right? Yeah, it's the lever. Let's go fix the lever up. All right, so clickable area. Should know how to type out pretty much all of this at this point. Yeah, that's pretty easy. All right, let's try that. Wonder if it looks through your code to help. Probably it uses something for context beyond just the single lines that you have that you're looking at the time. Like what other tabs you have open, maybe your commit overall. All right, so does this work now? Nice, look at that. It does break that a little bit, but that's easy to fix. That is caused by needing to attach a texture cropped animated sprite, yeah. Saw Grok 3 is our beta testing. Tried some shader code against ChatGPT. Still ChatGPT code worked and Grok missed some requests. Man, for shader code, that's got to be interesting. I feel like you can make a lot of cool shaders with AI hallucinations. So it's one of those cases where it might not do exactly what you want to do, but you can probably still keep it in your back pocket. Yeah, this is still breaking. Is it showing here correctly though? It should say lever toggled off now and now on. Yeah. Yeah, why is that not working, I wonder? Hey, Free Technic. Why isn't that working? What would cause this to break? Maybe transparency, but I kind of doubt it. Is there transparency on these nodes anyway? Where are the nodes? Here they are. No, it's just the pixels you see. I'm calling base already. No, I'm not. Thank you. I should probably just add that here. I guess it's obvious because there's a ready in there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right, now that'll fix it. But yeah, it's cool. This lever's already working in terms of animating and printing. It's not actually doing the thing it's supposed to do yet. And we'll get there. Hopefully this afternoon we'll get there. But yeah, that's pretty nice. We got our zombie machine over here. I guess we need to move it to the left a few pixels. We don't have much space. In fact, we probably have 3 pixels we can move it. We're eventually going to change a lot of this anyway, so it's not... This is not the best solution, but it is a solution, so we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how's that look? I mean, the gauge is a little bit covered. We can move it. Yeah, 1 more pixel there. Yeah, now nothing's covered, but it's very close to the trees. That's okay. This is so cool. I don't know why it's so cool. I've done this a bunch of times, but it feels like I'm working on something new again. All right, we got to keep going through all the clickable area stuff. Let's finish that. Item. Does item use this? Clickable area. Input pickable. Mouse entered, mouse exited. And that's it? That's all we use this for? What does this do? On hover. That's all that matters for this. Okay, I'm not going to do anything about that for right now. Item bin. Let's go take a look at that one. Clickable area. Mouse entered, mouse exit. Yeah, it doesn't have input events. This is probably still worth making a component for as well at some point. Don't worry about that yet though. Item display. What happened to any of that? Clickable area. We do not use this for clicking. Funny that we call it clickable area. This we probably do. On input event, what does this do? Just on click. Yep, perfect candidate. Oh, but this is on mouse release. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing for all of this stuff. Yeah, this is on release. Okay, let's change this around a bit. This is protected. Who uses this? The recycler? In order to get mouse entered and exited. Why that? Why do you do this? Figure out when it was clicked. We need to handle input events for more than that, though. I don't think this is needed. I don't want to spend a lot of thought on this. All we're doing is cleaning up functions here. So let's not change that one, but let's change this one. Clickable area. This is for NPC. It's going to change a lot of scenes by doing this. All right, then we go modify this. We don't need an input event anymore. It's just going to be on click. So we call our on click function. And that should be that. Okay, let's try that too. Hope it doesn't cause any problems. Man. So we got to click a regular NPC like this one. Then we got to click the garbage slime. And we got to make sure we can still drag items to it. Yeah. We should probably spawn the garbage slime's text higher than in the middle of its body. I don't know why I never did anything about that before. Yeah, I want to see its happy face the whole time. Spawn the garbage slimes plus 5G text higher up so that it doesn't cover its happy whale face. Yeah. Okay, what's next? Portal. Is this doing what I think it's doing? It certainly looks like it. It's also playing a sound though. I guess the event handling can be separate from the sound playing stuff. Yeah, let's change that then too. Hopefully we haven't deleted anything like that. What did I just say is doing this? The portal. Oh, losing my mind. All right, so there's a clickable area. We probably don't need to save this. I'm just going to delete it. Clickable area, clickable area. It's called area 2D. I think we should probably rename it as well. Good. This is clicked plus equal on click. We don't need to override anything. Just private void on click. Delete all this stuff. Delete, 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 delete. There. Oh, drat. What's that? Push items away from the portal. Okay. Because we do need to save that. Yeah, there. And just rename this. Now let's run that. Probably need to turn audio on for this. So anyone have any fun weekend plans? As long as I'm doing mindless work. I have been dying to try out this place that's nearby that has Indian calzones, which I have never in my life had. I've had Indian pizza, I have had Indian food, and I have had Italian calzones, but I have not had an Indian calzone. Plans to be less sick? Oh no. Sorry to hear that, Free Technic. Get well soon. It's weekend already. Not for me. Still the work day for me. Yeah, anyway, want to try an Indian calzone. That's my plan. And to relax. Sounds kind of nice. Hope it'll be good. I hope so too, Predicament. Sounds unreal. Yeah, I would link the place, but I'd be kind of doxing myself. Then someone's going to go hang out there and just order calzone after calzone until I show up. I'm obviously very important in my own life. All right, let's try with audio. Yeah, it's working. Let's try the NPC as well. Yeah, it's working. Man, the fish, this is such a great effect. It's just so cool. None of this existed like 5 hours ago. Fishing. Supposed to have my 4-year-old's birthday party with family last weekend. 6-year-old got sick. Now has oh my God, pneumonia. Hope everything's okay there. I was going to say, kids being sick, I feel is par for the course. Kids getting pneumonia does not sound like par for the course. But yeah. Maka, thanks for subbing. Happy 1/6 of a year. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Long week, but she's okay. She's on antibiotics now. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I wonder if what. Sorry, hang on. Let me look this up off screen. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to talk about this. I don't want to take a very grim turn. So just act like I never said anything. Anyway, thank you all for sharing weekend plans. Sorry to hear about the sicknesses. No. It's not UM2. It's my brain going elsewhere, one step further to stuff that doesn't matter. All right, what happened to my search results? They were so perfectly curated. Oh, they probably show up over here, right? Yeah, so Portal has been fixed. Spellbook. Man, how did I do this like 14 times and not think, oh, I should probably refactor this? I guess I'm doing it now, so it doesn't really matter too much. This is just on-click.invoke when the mouse is over, which we don't even need to handle anymore. Is mouse over used for anything else? It's apparently only used outside of this class. Why, though? By the Enchanter Den to know that the mouse is over any spellbooks. Oh, why do we do that? So we can figure out if we need to update the tooltip. Oh, because they're going to trigger their own mouse exited event unless I make them stop handling mouse input. Okay, fine. I have to build a dresser? Like from scratch? Or you mean like an IKEA kind of thing? Because every once in a while, I'll say to my wife, like, I made dinner. And she says, no, you didn't. You heated it up. And, like, I get it. So I wonder, a flat pack thing? Flat pack? I don't know what that is. Is it some like you need to assemble it kind of thing? Maybe you check the tooltip instead, like what you did in the pond. That's true. I might be able to. This is one of those cases where I'm not even sure I want to do this. And I need to make the tooltip public. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about this for right now. We can always potentially do that. Assemble yourself. Okay, yeah. I'm with you, Dennis, by the way. I'm on your side. You are building that dresser. I am with Carl Sagan's to bake an apple pie from scratch. You must first construct the universe. There is no building something yourself. No. I made this meme is you stole it from somebody else. This is a yeah, baked an apple pie from scratch kind of thing. Well, actually, I'm with your wife on the made dinner thing. All right, I'm no longer with you, Xanis. You're doing child's play over there, building a dresser, slotting peg A into hole B, and then saying you built it. That's not work. There, how's it feel? Huh? 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 All right, I'm just scrolling around code. I need to fix this. This is the on-clicked event from here. We get the clickable area. We've changed that in spellbook. I prepared dinner. Yeah, I know. I tease her a lot for not being specific about things. And then, yeah, every once in a while, like blue moon kind of occurrence, I'm not specific about something. Very rarely, mostly infallible. Click needs to get down to this. Good. Oh, wow. It kind of knew what I wanted. I think it did know what I want there. It's pretty nice. All right, and the rest of that should be fine. And this is spellbook. So let's make sure spells still work. I make dinner. My women would starve if I didn't. What was the last dinner you made? Strong. I'm not repeating that line of chat out loud. Okay. What were we doing? Spell books. That's right. Nice. It works. Last night was spaghetti. Simple. Ribs before that. I love spaghetti. Spaghetti is one of the top tier pastas. All right, we're done with this. Man, I really went out of my way to create work for myself, huh? Also, if something isn't named clickable area, we're gonna have a problem here, right? Why is this not showing up? Area 2D. We never, what is going on here? It's not called clickable area. The bulletin board. Oh, so we can change it. All right, that's fine. Town hall level, I believe we already changed. I think we did that one of the first times. Yeah. Do you also love sauce on your spaghetti? Yeah, spaghetti meatballs, S tier. Cut up a bunch of vegetables. Did you make dinner? Nope. It is actually impossible for you to make dinner. How's your day going so far? Don't remember if anyone asked you that. It's been going pretty well. I think we made a lot of progress today, and I'm quite happy. This is your input event plus equal. Yeah, I should probably do that. The minis arrived. The mini mats. Whoa, those are some really large platform shoes you got there. This is super cool. And I like the color and translucency of them as well. Man, I'd probably just have like a whole army of these on my desk. So if anyone sits down, they know who's boss. Refactoring the clickable areas. What if I came up with a recipe and grew all the vegetables? Still impossible. Sorry. Skeleseller figurines. I think those would be really cool. And like maybe, I don't know if this would be fun. I also don't know if this would be possible. But like a paintable 3D print. There's probably some material that accepts paint well enough. But there are Warhammer figurines, right? What are those made of? Because these are apparently made for painting, right? Figurine material. What is it made of? Plastic, polystyrene. Can you 3D print on that? You can print resin. You can print it, you can paint it. Well, anyway, I think it'd be cool to print a Skeleseller figurine and you painted its cloak yourself. That'd be pretty neat. Town hall was already working. What did I don't think I did anything. All right, lever we got working. Signpost. We use the input event here for what? Show dialogue, play sound. Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Oh boy. Do we use this for anything? We don't. Huh. Hey, Roten, what's up? I am working on adding fishing to the game. What theme am I using? Check out the theme command. That should just automatically check it out for you. Hang on, let me try that again. Check out the well, sorry, I wasn't trying to command you to do it. Let me try this one more time though, just to see if my bot would have. Check out the theme command. Okay, yeah, it freezes my camera for a second, but it does work. Anyway, yeah, it's Adam 1 Dark Vivid. I always forget the qualifier at the end. I know it's Adam 1 Dark. All right, so this is a clickable area. We're going to delete this altogether though and put it down here. And then rename this like so. Import that. It broke everything. Did it? Is something else broken? I know it freezes stuff. And then we want this when you click this thing. Clickable area. Yeah. This is kind of weird. I want to extract this into its own function. Yeah, I don't like this. On click. Where did I pull that code from? There. There we go. Bro's big time. I gotta thread those things. All right, there's one other error here, and it's this. This needs to be a clickable area. And then we go modify that inside of signpost to put this over here. And then rerun the game. Let's go try. Yeah, there's a lot of work to get all these game design changes in completely. All right, so signpost, we can still click them. Work totally fine. Did it make a sound when you click this? Yes. It's just a different kind of sound. All right, signpost done. Apple spawner, I believe, is done. It dinks. It's like a wooden sound. Do we save? Oh yeah, we do save this. Change the process mode. Okay, sure, fine. Bulletin board. Bulletin board is done. Item. I don't think we need to do anything with item. Nope. Item bin. I think we already looked through all of these things. But we looked through them when they were scenes, not when they were CS files. It shouldn't make a difference. Yeah, this is already done. I think we're finished with all of this now. Thank goodness. Portal, recycler, signpost, spellbook, town hall level, clickable area. Whew, yeah. We are good. More bench work for the layout. Oh, I'm still very impressed by this room. What's that? Is that an air compressor? It is. You just use zip files like everybody else? I joke, of course. All right, let's check this in. This gigantic amount of changes. Where do we start? I guess clickable area is a good place to start. Yeah. Hey, Jax, curious to see what programming streams are like. Well, welcome in. I have been streaming programming in some form on Twitch since 2015. As of, I guess, September of this year, we'll be coming up on a decade, although not contiguously. I took a 3-year break to go work in the industry again, earn some moolah. Yeah, welcome in. Working on a game called Skeleseller. So for anyone who hasn't seen this, by the way, I'll give a quick overview of the game. In Skeleseller, it's a casual, laid-back, semi-automated game, and you send adventurers into battle So I send them here, they walk into the portal, they fight automatically for me. And when they win that battle, which I'll just force a win here, potions will come out of the portal and you can go sell those in your shop. And then these little characters wandering around the town are customers and they can come buy this potion. Looks like they're gunning for it right now. Oh my goodness. And I will earn 3 gold. And then with that, you can upgrade buildings. So like I can buy the tavern, for example, and start a quest. And now I can bring my potions here and get power upgrades, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of stuff to upgrade and things to do and other adventures you can hire and skill points and stuff. There's a demo out if anyone wants to try it. We just uploaded a new version today. We're working on a bunch of big changes. But the biggest thing that people can do to help if they want to is just click the add to wishlist button. So there is the link if you want it. What we've been working on is adding fishing to the game. So this fishing pond always visually existed, but it was not functional in any way. And now you can see 2 little fish swimming around there. So what we're going to do is we are adding this machine right now. And when you toggle this on, then workers will bring potions into this and dump them in. And the potions will get funneled into your lake and turn into fish eggs. And then you will battle your pond, which will let you catch fish. That's something I'm putting into chat. If you see me, yeah, you probably saw me type that actually. Now this is fishing. This is pod racing. All right, so we got to check in all of this stuff first. It's going to be a little bit tedious. But I guess everything that has nothing to do with fishing, we know is one of the changes I made just for the sake of clickable areas, right? None of this stuff, none of that. I don't care about that. I care about this and this, that. There's so much. All right, I think we're good. Let's take a look at these changes. Crazy how much character and life the fish pond brings to the town. Yeah, and it's crazy what it's going to look like when you don't have it. Take a look at this. If I get rid of the create fishing pond, I haven't filled in what it looks like yet when you don't have it, so it looks pretty blank. But imagine there just being trees and grass. Instead, what you're going to see is just a solid green rectangle. Yeah, so imagine there are trees and grass here and possibly no path even leading up to it. So this is what it looks like before you get the fishing pond. And then you build the fishing pond and of course you have the actual pond there. But yeah, this is great. I love it. I think it's amazing. Let's go back to looking at changes here. Hey, out of curiosity, people have been watching the stream for a while. If I didn't have my like full camera on, let's say the stream looked like this the whole time, would that impact your viewing experience in any way? Would you dislike that? Would you like that? Would you not care? Because I've been thinking about this. Like, it's gonna sound stupid, but I wouldn't have to iron these shirts anymore if no one ever saw the shirts. I like it more with video. I'd be disappointed that the best Zeus actor in Chaos wasn't here. Thank you, thank you. I think it helps to have you on screen. I like seeing your facial expressions. Good decrease in size. As long as I can see the fingers. Shirts are the best part. I'm here for the shirts. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get rid of it at all. As far as the decreasing in size, I think I should probably just be more mindful of where the mouse is and everything. I don't like change. Xanis would be out of here. Xanis is like, you can say whatever you want about my dinner making, my furniture assembly, but you turn off that face cam, I'm gone. All right, this is all looking pretty sensible. Why is that there all of a sudden? Oh, for the clickable area. So this is what we're committing here. We got rid of a function that was defined like everywhere. So in this case, it got rid of 13 lines of code. In this case, it got rid of 19. In this case, it got rid of 13. And probably pretty similar numbers here. This one was only 7. because we still need some of the boilerplate for that. Yeah, here was 9. So probably when all said and done, it's somewhere between like 60 and 100 lines of code, I bet. Now, that on its own is not a valuable metric. The way I look at this stuff is this is code that doesn't need to be looked at, doesn't need to be maintained, and no one in the future needs to ask, hey, why didn't we ever consolidate these things? Yep, now they're consolidated. Okay, refactor clickable areas. There was a lot of input handling code that should have been consolidated a while ago, but I kept putting it off until now. Cool. Hey, Spike. So you're adding a new feature. How'd you find your way in all this? So the last 6 streams were finalized game design, change of plans, which turned into game design. Those 20 plus hours of game design turned into about like 10 new things we want to focus on. The 2 biggest ones being fishing and farming. We're working on fishing. It's probably going to take another like 3 to 5 more days, probably. And so far, here's what we got. We got the fishing pond. It's got fish in it. The fish move. The fish represent how many fish are actually in your pond, but it's not a 1-to-1 ratio. So like when you have 5,000 fish in your pond, you're not going to see 5,000 fish. That'd be ridiculous. You're going to see 15 at most. And then we have this little machine that you can toggle on or off. And this is what's going to make it so that workers will bring potions to this machine. I wanted to start that code, but we're getting kind of close to the end of when I can keep working on this. Eventually, Abby's going to come in here meowing up a storm. How can you find yourself in code that's more than 10,000 lines, maybe more than 100,000? A combination of familiarity and just being able to search for things. I forget quite a lot where something is, but it's at least easy enough to sort of locate. Like, let's say I was like, what is this thing? Summon garbage slime. I would just search the code for summon garbage slime. And I'd be like, oh, okay, it's the recycler sign. Okay, what's the recycler? And then I search for recycler and I'm like, oh, right, it's this thing. And I'd find some code, be able to orient myself from that. We tested earlier with 500 fish in the pond. It was basically like a black shadow on the entire thing. It does look pretty silly. Yeah, apparently the game is 28,000 lines of code right now. Okay, so we added the extractor. The tooltip does not update automatically, and it should. Why doesn't it? Because lever doesn't know to do that. Yeah, so we need a process here. Override void process. I wonder if we can figure out what I want from this. There, that's it. What's wrong? No suitable method found override. Oh, process? Might help if I wrote it correctly. It auto-completed something, which is what made me think I had done it correctly. I spelled it wrong. Thanks. All right, so now when you toggle this thing, it should just get updated automatically. It is still not for some reason. What? Let's put a breakpoint there. It thinks it's showing right now. Oh my God. Oh, because we're doing tooltip.text. My bad. We need to do tooltip.set text and update. Text. String text equals that. There. That should do it. So the green screen shirt idea is out. I think that would be funny. I guess all you really need is a solid shirt, a solid color shirt, something you can chroma key. There we go. Okay. AI fill for people who don't want to see the streamer. I was just thinking it's got to be so much easier to be a VTuber. Because at any point you're a disembodied voice. Oh, what's that? Lever toggled off and on. Yeah, we got to fill this in at some point. All right, so where do we leave off? Add the extractor. Make sure it's navigable. We haven't done that yet. Extractor needs to track total value of potions. We haven't done that. Consider adding a sound when you put a potion in. Oh, and a sound for toggling the switch too. Add a sound when you toggle the switch. Maybe different ones for on off. Give it an in-world toggle switch. All right, so we did this one. And that's all we've done so far. But I think this is worth checking in. Let's take a look through the code. Hey, Hody, Happy New Year. Seems we're up to 500 plus CS files. That is quite a lot. So I deleted a tree from the environment, and here's what happened. That's why we're just going to collapse that. Fishing pond extractor. Looks good. Lever. All right, let's look at these scenes. Make sure we didn't do anything stupid. And extractor. It's just a sprite and a lever. That's fine. And what's this one? Clickable area and an outline. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, nothing unusual there. This is looking good. Oh, we got to reload the thing to get all the UID files, right? How fun. Wonder how many UID files we have. Probably the same number as CS files. All right, that added a clickable area. Oh, that should have been checked in last. Ugh. All right, fine. Commit, amend. Number of scales. We now have number of scales, but nothing's using this. We should probably just not have it there. What happens if we search the game for scales? Drat, it does show up other things because of scale settings, having scales in it. I'm going to leave it for now. Lever. I think the lever code is fine. Use a clickable area on clicks. Good, yeah. Is it on Steam? Yeah, there's a demo on Steam right now. And we're actively updating it, but the updates are probably going to slow down a lot as we work on these new features. Okay, everything looks good here. I'm going to check this in. Add extractor. It doesn't do anything yet, but it has a sprite and a lever, and the lever is functional in that it can print when it's toggled. There's also a tooltip for all of this. Note that no potions are actually consumed by the extractor yet. Totally get that, but I might as well join in, right? That's cool. To the demo? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, the extractor. Okay, so yeah, extractor takes potions and gives you fish eggs, which puts fish in your pond. And that way, when you battle your pond, you can catch more fish. And for those who don't know what you do beyond that, fish give you scales, which give you fortitude for your adventures. Yeah. So you have this stat here, fortitude, and the way you'll earn more of this is through fishing. And then we'll put a farm probably over here, and that's how you'll earn health. And then the tavern is going to be how you get power through quests. Right now it says 10 health and 1 power, but eventually it's going to be just like 1 power, and not to all adventurers, but to just one. So a lot of why we're doing this is because a bunch of people said 2 overarching things. 1, my choices don't matter. And 2, I'd like more adventurer customization. I think both of these things are related pretty strongly. Before this, you always got power / skill points / whatever health on all adventurers at once. And after this, you will choose which ones you want to upgrade. And we're not going to be like super stingy with the points or anything. It's still supposed to be a fun game. But that way you can feel like, oh man, I really like the rogue and the cleric. So fine, dump your points into those characters. And the my choices don't matter bit. I'm hoping this helps a little bit on that front. There's more to this sentiment than just that. A lot of times people felt like, oh, I put points into whatever, like this skill and this skill and this skill. And it didn't feel too different from if I put them into this and this and this. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, we want all the skills to be viable, and it's mostly just a matter of like, what do you find fun? Oh, by the way, I haven't shared wishlist numbers in a little bit. Let me update that. Or 1207. We have passed 1200 wish lists, which I think is pretty good. I've also been updating this thing here, which I should probably like condense a lot of this. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, it's the other shortcut. There we go. Yeah, number of people who have activated the game is now 804. No, I'm sorry, not activated the game. That's the number of people who have launched the game at least. Yeah. Which is pretty good because number of downloads apparently is 2,200. No, not downloads. That's how many people have. What does that mean? What does that mean? How do you add a download to your account without, or how do you add a demo to your account without downloading it? Well, there's got to be a way. I don't know why that makes sense because demos don't have. Oh, maybe that's why. Because we have a consolidated demo / full app page. Yeah, added to the library, but the reason that was confusing to me is for demos that doesn't make sense, but I guess it does somehow. I understand how early this game is in development, but anything planned, like some super hard quests that are optional, but can you... I'm not sure what verb you meant there. You said, can you something more powerful fish? So the fishing system is basically made as a way to customize adventurers' fortitude. Oh, can you get more powerful fish? So there will be a perk system for this. We have in the game right now the town hall. This is currently the only set of perks we have is for your town. So like you unlock auto battling pretty early on. And toward the end of the game, you get some of the more powerful stuff. Imagine this sort of dialogue, but for practically every building you have. So like the fishing thing, imagine that I just clicked its perk system and now it's like more fish, more efficacy of potions or something, more scales when you do get a fish, something like that. So I don't know what those upgrades will be exactly. I don't think there will probably be 9 of them per building, but it'll be some way for you to spend a little bit more money in the game. And again, when we talk about money here, we're just talking about gold. This is a one-time purchase kind of game, so there's no microtransactions. And then we'll do the same thing for the Enchanter. The Enchanter, I think, has a lot more room for upgrades because there are different spells you can cast. There's a mana crystal, so you could increase the rate of mana regeneration, you increase the power of each individual spell, increase the duration of them. You could unlock new spells. You could unlock new spell crystals, so you could have multiple at the same time. Yeah. So you can cast like, 3 spells at once and maybe get them to last for longer. So there's a lot of cool stuff we can do. I think the game's just going to get more and more fun. Penance in FX. I don't know what that means. Let me take a look. Oh, Final Fantasy X. Most powerful super boss. Are you thinking of like crops or animals? It'll be crops. Yeah, so farming, the way we have it planned right now is... Actually, I'll just pull up the farming issue because I wrote all this out already. So you start with a small plot of land. Imagine like 4 little squares. And then when you click, it'll take money and it'll plant a random seed. And then you need to fertilize the seed for it to grow. You fertilize it using another machine that looks kind of like this. It's a machine that takes in potions and produces fertilizer. And then it'll fertilize your crops, and then you can harvest them and get food. And then you use food for raising your adventurer's health. So I think it's going to be cool, but I don't think it's going to be. It's not like a totally brand new system if we already have fishing in the game. Take care, M2. Hope your daughter gets better. Excuse me. So we have no code outstanding right now, right? Yeah. Just a debug line of code. I don't want to spend too much longer, but I want to do something here. We need to, well, making it navigable is pretty easy. We just cut out some nav sections and then workers can work their way down to this. I guess what we should do is let you drag a potion to this yourself first and then worry about the worker stuff afterward. That's probably what we should do. God, this is like unreadable. It'd be nice if there was some live edit mode where you could see it in this list with this structure and just click and edit. This is what I need. So I want that to be higher up in this list. Let's do ghost text on this. Potion. When a potion is brought to this, it'll be converted into fish eggs and automatically populate the pond. So allow manually dragging a potion to the extractor. Okay, what happens if you drag a potion to it and it doesn't need a potion? I guess it's just not a destination at that point. And more importantly, what happens if it could barely use that potion? Like you drag 100 gold potion onto it and it only needs 1 gold of that potion. I guess it would consume the whole thing. There's no real workaround for that, huh? That's fine though. I don't really care about that. Well, we could allow it to go beyond maximum. Yeah, that would work. All right, allow manually dragging a potion to the extractor. The potion is brought to it. It'll be converted into fish eggs automatically populate the pond. And then we'll write disallow accepting a potion if the pond is at maximum capacity already. Any extra value from a potion can be retained in memory for when it's needed. Will there be battles in the farm as well? I don't think so. I didn't want it to be too close to fishing. So farming is basically just planting, fertilizing via potions, and then harvesting via clicking. And that's it. So planting costs money at first. Fertilizing costs potions. Harvesting is just an action you can perform. And maybe your workers can perform this too at some point. It's one of these things where, look, on paper, I think this system sounds fine. I think it's moderately fun. I think it's something else to look at. I don't know what it's going to be in practice. We have so many different parts of the town already. And it's going to be easy to neglect one of them. Like a lot of people I've seen play just don't ever cast spells over here. They click one at some point and they're just like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm done now. And that's fine. You can neglect this. That's okay. You can neglect anything you want in the game. If you're having fun, then you're having fun. But what happens if somebody doesn't build the fishing pond or doesn't build the farm, or maybe they build it but they don't interact with it for a very long time, and then all of a sudden they realize, oh man, my adventurers are dying. Like, what am I supposed to do? We need to teach them like, oh, hey, we got you these systems. You're supposed to use these systems. But then do they feel like, oh, I should have been doing this the whole time and I wasn't, so now it's tedious? I feel like there's got to be some way to speed this up somehow. You can only farm so many potions at once. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of makes me wonder, should there be an item transmuter where you could throw in your weapons and your armors and it'll just turn them into potions? Because potions are used for everything else. Random idea, what if you need your adventurers to plow or tend to the fields for progress? So if you want a health point on the farm, then you need to sacrifice your adventurers. Not sure it really makes sense to balance like this. What I'm concerned with is I don't want there to be too many tasks for your workers to do. such that you feel the need to dictate their priorities all the time. This system here, this switch, this is basically saying like, look, if you don't want your workers bringing all your potions down here, turn this off. So if this is on, your workers will prioritize this over the shop. So I like this style of system where it's like, okay, make your workers come to this. But if we had a farm and your workers could just at any point like till the land or harvest it or something like that, I'd be a little bit worried that they're just over there a lot and you're like, I don't want them to do this though. Why'd I even unlock this farm? So we need some way of controlling like what are they allowed to do or what do they prioritize? So I'm not sure, but a lot of this I think is going to be clearer through practice. I was thinking of adventurers instead of workers. I see what you mean. I consider them to be interchangeable when they're in the town because they can all do what the other ones can do. The thing that makes adventurers unique is they can battle. But I see what you're saying. You want to take them from battle and do something in town with them. At that point, I feel like we might as well just turn farming into a battle like we did with fishing. But I want to hold off from doing that if we can. Because I feel like having fishing be unique in that way is pretty cool. You'd park an adventure almost like you know about. Yeah, by the way, that's why fishing is a battle, is because you can pick which party you want and choose how long you want those people to be in battle. You'll click your town and you'll click start battle and it'll send them there. And as long as they're fishing your pond, they will slowly pull them out of the pond basically. And you could even pick your strategy here might matter. Like maybe you start going for this empowered spell casting because the more you cast, the more powerful you get. And maybe we can even, with fishing in mind, design more skills that work like this. Like we could say empowered spellcasting goes up to 500% maximum power. So you just leave your mage there on their own and they eventually just fish everything. Probably don't want to do that. We probably want some reasonable limits. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. I want to see how people react to this stuff. Paper, if you're looking for a GitHub for this, it's private. Also, I did ask Altman about Botland and open sourcing that. And he said a general timeline is this summer or when it'll be done. So if anyone did want to look through the Botland source code, summer is possibly the time for that. Let's just close all of, yeah, good. All right, well, I gotta say, we've made some good progress through this list. Let's drag these things to the bottom. Oh, nice, they made this UI better. I just don't want the, oops. I don't want the completed tasks to be the top. Yeah, we started with this. So I think on Monday, we'll get the extractor done. I think it's probably pretty reasonable. Yeah. In fact, maybe we even could get that done in the morning. But then battling the pond, I think, is going to take a while. Then upgrading via the perk system, saving and loading. This is very doable. It's nice that I spent the time at least breaking this down. I think this certainly helped as a blueprint for how to make this. I had to ask someone to open source it. So there are many different ways you could approach this if you want to open source something. One is the easiest way, which is just make the repos public. The risk there is you may have something private in them. I was working on Botland for 5 years, right? So like, what are the odds that I didn't, even though I know that I'm not supposed to put something private in them, what are the odds I actually didn't put anything private in them? So that's one thing. The other thing is there's no documentation. Nothing's up to date. It probably doesn't even run for people. There's probably like a lot of issues. So these are all the downsides of just doing that. And then, a step harder is like getting all that working. So maybe you just update and throw the repos online. Maybe you make proper documentation. Maybe you host it yourself. So I think Altman might be planning to host this. In which case people could play Botland without needing to clone the repo and set it up for themselves. I don't think the goal is to make it like anything other than just, hey, here's a tech demo of what the game was. But yeah, I think it'll be cool. Botland was a big part of my life. And I learned so much about what to do and what not to do in making a game. And it wasn't like it was even my first game. It was my first like massive scale game that I actually completed and launched. No, sorry. The person I'm talking about is Eltman in chat. Thought it was for permission or something. Can only imagine some random day in those 5 years, like, oh, I'll just put this here, nobody will see it. Yeah, and probably I wouldn't have done that. But like I said, you never know. Like it's possible that I knew, I had like a font awesome license. It's possible that there's like a lock file in there or a registry key or something where it's like there's a license. I have no idea. And I don't really care from the sake of me monetizing something so much. I care from a potential leak of my information or other people's information or some like asset misuse, I guess. I'm not super worried to be honest. How's the cat? I'm gonna go check on her pretty soon. I felt so bad for her yesterday though because I took her to the vet and she was terrified and she was shaking. She does not like going in her carrier anywhere. So I asked the vet what to do because I'm like, oh, we've been giving her treats and trying to like get her to be more comfortable with the carrier. And the vet said she probably just needs some anti-anxiety medication. So we're probably gonna have to do that. Yeah, it'll be in like a big file, an environment variable. Oh man, what a day. What a day. I am gonna go find somebody to raid. And then I'm gonna get some food. Won't that be nice? Let's raid L:Q. L:'Q is a cool guy who's working on cool stuff usually. You mean you'll make some food? You know it. I'm gonna order from the ordering app. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you have not already checked out the game on Steam, please at least consider wishlisting it. I'll be back on Monday. We're going to continue working on the fishing stuff. We'll continue with the extractor. And I will see you then. Have a great weekend, everyone. And peace out.